My name is Rajin, and I am a second year social work student and doing Dalit Tribal Studies and Action in PSS Mumbai. And I'm also the Joint Secretary of Progressive Students Forum, PSS Mumbai. So, talking about Progressive Students Forum, Progressive Students Forum is a student group functioning in PSS since 2012, and we envision our campus to be more inclusive and accessible. So for that, we work in various aspects like this admission help set, and also we help aspirants in academic things, like conduct English support classes, and other podcast for certain subjects and everything. That kind of works also we have done, and also we take up student issues and everything. Yeah, that is regarding our organization. And so speaking about our Admission Help Cell is a student initiative by Progressive Students Forum. And here the students who would like to assist aspirants in admission come together, and with their experience, like we already went through this admission process once. So with that experience, we help aspirants. We try to help aspirants. So that's what we are doing, and we want to make it clear that in our aspirants group also, aspirants are complaining like why you changed the date of like DAF and why you didn't release it on June 10th and everything. So we just want to make sure that we are not part of any administration. We are not part of any. We don't have anything to do with TISS or TISS administration. We are just students studying in TISS, and came together to do these kind of activities that might help aspirants. And also, in today's session, we have done DAP orientation session yesterday. Day before yesterday. So this session will be focused on this session. Only will be focused on this orientation online assessment that is coming from 18 to 30. So please keep your questions and queries regarding this online assessment only. And if you have any other questions regarding DAP or something, you can go back. You can go to our YouTube channel and see the DAP orientation session we have conducted. And also, if you have anything, you can reach out personally also. And so, yeah. So for the smooth functioning of this session, I request all the viewers to keep your questions at last. And then now we will be doing. We will be covering the sessions. We will be covering the courses: Master of Hospital Administration, and Master of Public Health, Health Administration, Master of Public Health, Health Policy, Economics and Finance, Master of Public Health, Social Epidemiology, MA or MSc Disaster Management, MA Development Studies, MA Women's Studies, MA Media and Cultural Studies, and at last MA Master of Law, Access to Justice. So these courses we will cover today, and the other courses we will be covering in the coming days. That is tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So if you have any query or if you have any questions to ask, you can raise your hands, or also you can ask at the end of the session, and you can write it in the chat box also. And another thing, when you want to ask questions, you can ask in any language. Language is also not a problem. There will be some people who can translate. So that is also not a problem. So I will invite Tong Tang for taking the session. Aruna, can you change the slide?
Yes. Am I audible, Vijay?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rizin, for the time and your initiative. So I will be covering MA Development Studies. MA Development Studies is a program under School of Development Studies. So MA Development Studies is one of the program of School of Development Studies. So the online assessment will have extempore and personal interview, except for HRM, LR, and ODCL. So the remaining programs are the procedure is same for the rest of the program. So when I come to the topic of extempore topic, the course itself is designed in a very comprehensive manner where all the subjects are included and interdisciplinary. So the extempore itself is also little interdisciplinary, where you can see diverse topics. For example, let's say in the previous year, this is the data from the previous year students who got selected in MA Development Studies. So where I can find out the academic profile which is relating to their extempore topic. We can see that in BTech, mostly technical questions are asked in students who come from BTech. And one thing to remember is that this extempore topic regarding to development studies is also designed from your depth, because the panelists will look your depth before the interview. So you have to prepare. There is a scope of preparing pre-hand on what topics can be expected. For example, let's see that in renewable energy is an extempore topic asked to the student whose academic profile is BTech. We can see the here renewable of role of Aadhaar in development. So, for example, from for a student having a medicine background, they ask a complementary and alternative medicine in India. So I'm just giving a brief view that the extempore topics are very random, but it can be sort of predicted in a little way on how on what areas the question can be asked. So academic profile is very important on what degree that you have done, whether you did master, you have completed a master's or a bachelor's. So you can expect questions from your what you have learned previously and from your depth too. And usually extempore topics give you a duration of 3 minutes, and they will probably give you 2 topics. So you can choose from the 2 topics that the panelists give you. You can either choose the first one or the end one, and they will give you a brief, a short few seconds to jot down some points so that you can prepare a body structure way to answer the extempore topic, and you can begin to give your extempore speech for 3 minutes. And one thing to remember is that don't get startled or surprised when they give you topics which you know or you may not know, because it's going to be a surprising questions for all the candidates itself also, because don't think that you have start messing up the extempore itself, because it is going to be kind of a tricky way. So you have to calm down and jot down some points and speak on whatever you know. But one thing that you have to put in extempore topic for development studies is align it with your development perspective, whether it be in India or globally. So you have a conclusion that the thing that you're speaking is contributing to the development of the nation or globally developing ideology. And I have note down some probable topics, because these may probably come or may not probably come also. These are just my personal speculation regarding what probable topics may come this year. So Indian space industry and its contribution to development, geopolitics and conflicts, I expect this because the tension in Middle East, the tension in Ukraine, Russia has been, the Ukraine war crisis has been asked in previous year to a selected candidate. So we can't deny the fact that geopolitics and conflict can be also one of an important topics to consider. See, development studies covers everything. So you have to know a brief of all the few things. So just a gist of how to respond to the extempore. So I have the national health policy. It can be first national health policy, second national health policy, or national rural health mission. It can be asked from any of that. Evolution and impact of veto power. This can link to the conflict, because how veto power has avoided many war type scenario, or what are the merits or demerits. This can be also the points can be extracted from it. Not exactly true here, but I'm just giving a gist of an idea. Significance of coalition government. This is the latest one. So I just put it down so it can be probably one of the example topic. New education policy, because now there are new policies coming up. After 1 year masters and with 4-year degrees, a student can pursue PhD. So new things. There the panelists can check on how much you are aware of the new policies that are seen. Drone technology on Indian agriculture. These are some of the few things which can be seen, which are aligning to development perspective. These are just some few points that you can. I'm just giving a brief example of how so that you can find and search the scope of what the topics can be regarding to your academic background and how you prepare your DEF. Please proceed on to the next slide. Hello. Personal interview. Right after you finish your example topic, there will be a personal interview. This can be around 20 to 30 minutes, and there can be 3 to 4 panelists. So each of the panelists will have their question. So the panelists will be of diverse background, because the professors in development studies, the professors are of development different backgrounds, so they know some things one or other from any field of background. So the probable question may come from your DEF and academic profile, because since it is a very interdisciplinary and it's a huge scope to ask questions, so they may niche it down to your DEF and academic profile. So I'm just giving you a brief probable question from what you hinted on your extempore. So what you have said on your extempore can may be turned into a question from there. So while you speak and while you give your extempore, be careful about how you put the facts. Yeah, so this is one of the suggestion. So get well aware about current economic development initiative and policies, because this is very important for development studies. And one more important thing, know specific development details, because during my interview, they asked me about a region on Northeast related development aspects and policies. So get well versed with your regional development perspective and specific schemes if you are aware of, so that you can be outstanding to from the different candidates. Prepare some facts regarding scheme, welfare, infrastructure, education and health scheme, whether it be in welfare, MNRGA, or health scheme, health policy. So get well aware of at least one scheme or two schemes that you can know in detail. And one thing that don't forget to read the morning newspaper, because they have asked me in one of the interview in one of the program, they have asked me about the Supreme Court on homosexual marriage. So I was not aware of what was the exact judgment, since I didn't read the newspaper on the morning. So as a tip of advice, don't forget to read the morning newspaper. So for development studies, I will sum up here. The extempore and personal interview, you align it in a very developmental perspective way. So you construct the answers of how you can contribute to the development and the idea of development. So there was one question they asked me, what is the difference between growth and development also? So prepare it in a way how that you can answer it. It can be in any form of questions, whether technical, subjective, sociological, economic, but if you construct in a way that you can give to the idea of development, then that will be a better one. Yeah, thank you. So if you have any queries, then we can, I don't know, reason over to you.
Okay, thank you, Tongta. Yeah, queries we can take it at the end of the session. So now we can move to Abina, women studies. Abina will explain the OA session regarding women studies. Abina, can you speak?
Yeah. I'm audible, right? Okay. Going to the topics. Can you change the slide, Aruna? So hi all, I hope you all are doing good. So my course is MA Women's Studies. We come under the School of Developmental Studies. So going with the external topics that we need. So there are different topics, and we have to talk about this each topics for 2 minutes. So before starting the interview, first of all, you can actually introduce yourself by whichever pronouns by which you identify as before the panel. It's up to you. You can say it or you may not say it. Then also you can communicate in whichever language of your comfort. If you feel like you are more fluent in Hindi or Marathi, you can just choose it and you can just inform it to the panel. So these all are the external topics. Gender and climate change, women and public transport, upper caste men and Brahminical patriarchy, women and cinema, motherhood and disability, sexism in the corporate sector, caste, gender and informal labor, women and water policy, human development, Marxian feminism, women in agriculture, intersectionality. So these all are the external topics which were asked during our online interview. So these are topics which actually serves better when you actually decides to talk about this through your experience rather than jotting down the facts we know. So the best part is like all these topics, if you relate to with your experience, daily life, everyday life things, it gets better. So just try to add your standpoint views regarding these external topics as well. Then next slide. So going to the personal interview, the most important thing is, of course, it's about DAF. So which all, like what all details you have mentioned in the DAF, you should be really remember about it, and so that you have a good idea about your DAF, because most of the questions that would be asked from the panel will be majorly based on your DAF. So DAF can be basically like regarding your academic background, your experiences, etc. So have a good idea about it. Then there are chances of asking about the current socio-political events. So you should be really thorough with the newspapers, all sort of things which is happening all this time. Then also have there will be questions regarding the current affairs with respect to your undergrad majors. I will discuss about this, what all questions are asked in terms of examples in the next slide. And also there would be questions like basic knowledge about your nativity. For example, like you are, if at all, like you are coming from Kerala, and there can be questions on the panel asking, so who is the most influential woman from Kerala as a state? So you should have an idea about giving an answer to this. Then for me, they asked me about the final year project I did in undergrad. As I mentioned this in DAF. So you should actually remember what all things we mentioned in the DAF, so that you have an idea about it whenever the panel asks, because we mentioned it in the DAF. Then if at all you went for some internships or work experiences, that also gives a good overall things to the panel. Then also, as I said before, you can communicate in whichever language of your ease. And I would also suggest visiting the TISS website and see the subjects which are offered in the WS course. Next slide. Aruna, next slide. Okay, so as I mentioned before, the most important part of this personal interview goes about the DAF and things you learned in the undergrad, your experiences, and what all know about your nativity, etc. So I would like to give some examples of those questions which were asked during our personal interview. There were questions regarding like your lived experience as an individual. So what I have to say about the interview we had from the Women's Studies panel is, more than an interview, it's basically about a discussion we have with our 3 professors. And also I need to add that I completely understand how panicked you all will be because it's an interview. It's like most important thing, like during the admission. But I want to say that like all our professors are like very welcoming, very open, so that it mostly the interview turns out to be a discussion, which actually ease your panics. So make it as a discussion of your lived experiences as an individual. Then if at all you are a literature student, there would be questions regarding literatures, like Dalit feminist poets, authors, etc. Then what is historiography and how to do feminist historiography. I just want to say that these all are the questions, these are basically the examples that I collected from my batchmates. So you really don't have to know about everything. If at all you come from a literature background, just know about who all are the main feminist poets. Or if you have a background of history, just have an idea about all those historic events related to feminism, women's studies, etc. Then as I am an agriculture graduate, so I was faced with questions like unequal wages of women in farms. So have an idea about what was your undergrad and possible questions from your undergrad background. Then there were questions about women and small finance banking from people who are in the banking undergrad area. Then like there were questions regarding women scholars you read during graduation. Then Maratha reservation and Kerala development model and its exclusion of marginalized communities. These are questions which was related to the nativity. So if you are a person from Maharashtra, there can be questions regarding Maratha reservation. If you are from Kerala, there would be questions regarding the gender neutral uniforms, all those things. Then there was questions about Draupadi Murmu, then hijab ban and women's autonomy, feminist economics, and experiences with changing cities. So like what all things I have mentioned here, you can just get an idea that it's basically about what we came across as our lived experiences and all those things we came across in our undergrad. So if at all you come across some questions or a stage by which like you don't know how to answer, or you're actually not sure about these answers, it's basically good that you don't give off guessed answers. Instead, you can just say like you don't know about the topic. It's totally fine if you are not able to answer many questions. Basically the interview panel don't want to know, like they really wanted to know about your knowledge, but they don't want to know about the in-depth knowledge about everything and everywhere related to women's studies. More than those in-depth knowledge, they really wanted to know how much passionate you are about the course, how much motivated you are about the course. So once you turn this interview, everything into a more like a discussion, everything gets really easy. Then I also want to say that if at all you are comfortable with the panel, you can actually share your location, your standpoint of where you come from, and it's totally upon you. If at all you are comfortable, you can share it, so that you can bring in the experiences of how you decided to took this course. Then that's all basically about our course. So just give very authentic answers, what you feel, what were your experiences, and the interview would end up really good. So that's all about MA Women's Studies. Yeah, thanks all. Hope to see you all in the campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Avina. Now we can move to the School of Health System Studies. So I'm inviting Varsha to discuss HPEF course. Varsha.
Hello.
You hear now?
Am I audible?
Yes, audible. Yes, you are.
Okay, I'm Dr. Varsha and I'm doing my second year Master of Public Health and Health Policy and Economics and Finance and TISS. So basically what I would like to say first is that after DAF preparation, if we are preparing for the OA, what we have to look is that we should be very thorough with our DAF. Actually, they will ask us questions in the personal interview from our DAF only. the main questions, that is work experience. If we have a background of working in mental health or tribal health, etc., they will be asking us questions regarding to that. So that is the first thing we have to look. We should be thorough with the DAF, and don't write anything you're not familiar with in the DAF. Write those you have done only, and you have an idea. Not that you will be like thoroughly, you have thorough knowledge of that, but you have an idea about that. So and also the next thing is that the basic things you should prepare. That is some of the basic areas of in public health which they will ask. So the things are that for example, the definition of epidemiology, the health indicators like IMR, MMR ratio, everything, and also the difference between equity and equality, difference between the sex and gender. These are the questions that will be asked in every MPH courses actually, and other courses also, I guess. So you have to prepare such basic things, and you have to prepare a bit about the main topics. Like the important topics nowadays are antimicrobial resistance, public-private partnership, and AI in healthcare is a main area which is getting developed. Green hospitals. These are the things you should really prepare. And health system in India, like what is the like health system in India, like sub-centers are there, district hospitals are there. So the basic health system in India, that is a basic question that they will ask. And also women's health is another topic which is like asked every year actually, especially when it goes to menstruation, like everything, those area. And the last year topics are mentioned here, but it is not like exactly they will ask the questions. I have just mentioned the last year topics asked for health policy, economics and finance, and these are the basic questions, some of the basic questions. That is, if you are like your state is having some speciality regarding health, they will be focusing on that. For example, in the south, like what will be, if you're from the south, like Tamil Nadu, the public health system is most excellent in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is a state where public health system is very good, and they'll ask like, what is the reason for that according to your opinion? So the thing is that it doesn't have a proper answer, like this is the answer. They are seeking for your opinion about that. So you don't have to be like prepared really for that, but you really should have an idea about the things happening around you, especially in your state. So and for example, the other thing, apart from health, they may ask if you're in Kerala, like even though the literacy is more, why women's suicide are more in Kerala compared to the other. And also we'll talk about inequality when it comes to financial status. But still in urban areas also there are health inequalities happening. So what is the reason for that? So such kind of questions they will ask, the basic questions which you can answer, but it doesn't have a proper answer, but you should have an idea, or you should have an idea about, yes, this is happening because of this reason. And the basics of epidemiology, like definition of prevalence, incidence, etc., and also about the medical tourism, which is like highlighted now, and the DAF areas especially, and your UG areas. If you mostly from public health, in public health, all the courses, there are students from diverse courses, like from economics, statistics, then engineering is there, BDS is there, BM is there. So they usually ask why you are selecting public health course after your UG course. So that is one of the main question they will be asking. So just find a reason, or be genuine with the reason why you opted for public health after some engineering or going to economics or geography, etc. So that is the one thing. And be aware of the current affairs that is happening in your state. Like the other one told, the news, you should read the newspaper of that day if something is happening in your state. So they will ask about that thing. Then your UG areas as a main topic they will be asking, which we will be surely be mentioning in the DAF. So it will, personal interviews is more like they will be asking from the DAF only. But for the external topics, these are some of the topics, and you can get all like a lot of health topics are there. So you can also get topics from there. And the thing is that there is no correct answer for some of the questions. So you can say your opinion confidently and openly. There is nothing to panic. All professors are very friendly. Like especially health school, everyone is very friendly, and you should be very confident with your answers. And if you don't know an answer, just say that, sir, I don't know the answer, I'll look into it. There is no bad, or your marks won't be reduced with that saying. So be sure about that. And the one of the main questions that why you selected for public health, they will check if you are genuinely interested in public health. Like you're genuinely interested because of your, because of the spark or some other reasons. They want to know that. So talk in such a way that you're genuinely interested in public health. So that's it. That's a glimpse of it. And I think the other public health courses will also be similar to this only. So you'll get it from there also. Thank you. Over to Regine.
Thank you, Arsha. Now I invite Pooja to talk about MHA. Pooja? Audible? Pooja?
Hi. Yeah, I'm there. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Carry on.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. First of all, congratulations, everyone, for making to this second round. I hope by now you have started filling up your DAFs. So, introducing myself, my name is Pooja Tudu, and I'm pursuing Masters of Hospital Administration in TISS Mumbai. We just completed our second semester. We will be promoted to the third semester now. So straight away coming to the extempore topics. So as you have already been given the information that the OA will be of 2 different rounds, like in the same interview session, it will be divided into 2 sections. One will be OA and extempore. The second one will be for extempore. These were some probable topics, as well as I've also included some extempore topics that are asked to our batchmates, including myself. So as you can see here, the topics are how education is educating us, important. So you can see that you have to really, that you will be getting exactly the topics that are related to the healthcare or hospital industry. It is not like that. You may get any type of extempore topic. That can be any trending topic that has been in news since last 1 year or 2-3 years. Anything related to that can be given to you. Okay. But still, I would like to mention some topics here. Like you could be asked about medical tourism or marketing in hospitals is ethical or not. So how to prepare for these extemporees? Okay. So you can take a screenshot also of these topics, as well as you can also one of our speakers also suggested that you can select few topics that are related to your course, okay, or your undergrads. You can select few trending topics related to it, or the most probable topics that could be possibly be asked by the panelists. So what you can do is you can randomly select any topic, and you can start thinking about it and jot down few points. Like practice this daily, okay, and be updated with the topics whatever you are choosing, and see whether you are able to properly speak on it or not. Okay, you have to just practice this every day. You can also practice it with your friends or any person, or you can simply stand in front of a mirror and practice this every day. So the extempore topic is just to the panelist doesn't want to know that whether you know about this topic or not. Okay, they just want to see whether you are properly able to put forward your thoughts or not, and how are you able to speak. Are you able to speak on the topic or not? And it's okay if you are able to speak just 2 to 3 lines on it, or 4 to 5 lines, but then you can simply pause, or you can simply say that that's all and thank you for your time. So it is like that. Okay. In our time, I would say, when there was interviews of our batch, so what we experienced was, um, we got a topic, and so yeah, actually the panelists are 3 to 4 people. Okay, 3 to 4. Most probably you'll get 3 people in a panel. 3 panelists will be there. So any one of them will give one topic. If they ask you if you're okay with the topic or not, so there you get a chance. If you want to change your topic, then you can ask for another topic. If they ask you that whether you are okay, comfortable with the topic or not, they may give you the second choice as well. But you need not ask more options apart from them. Okay, so whatever options they are giving, take those, and they will give you a minute to prepare on that. Prepare as in, you can keep a pen and a paper with you, and you can simply jot down some points, and in your mind you can prepare like how you are going to speak on that topic. Okay, so you can do that, and when you are ready, they'll start the timer, and then you have to just simply speak on whatever you felt like speaking about on that particular topic. So yeah, so some of the extemporary topics that I've mentioned are there already on the screen. So yeah, for the second round, that is OA, okay, online interview. In those topic, yes. So what you have to cover, what you have to go through, you have to be thorough about. Um, I'm sorry, am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, okay, thanks. So what topics you are going to cover? So first of all, be updated with what is the current socio-political events. Okay, so what is happening in the world right now? You can also take some points from the current budget, like how much budget was allotted to the healthcare sector. Okay, and like what all improvements or implementations are going to take place, or what new regulations are being made in the healthcare sector. You can be updated with that, and you can also be updated with the current healthcare affairs or trends, whatever is trending there. Either it's a new machine, it's a new technology, it's a new treatment. You can just Google it, or read about that. I would suggest you can ET Health World. Okay, you can just Google it, and you can. I think. Can you unmute? There is. Okay, thank you. So yeah, so you can see the what trends are there in the healthcare sector. Okay, and you just simply you don't need to be like read everything or have every information, because there are only a few days left for your OAs. Okay, so it is not necessary that you need to see everything, because there are a lot of things that could be covered, but due to short of time, you cannot cover all the things. But you can simply you can daily, day by day, you can read a new topic or some new news or some new information about the healthcare industry or the hospital industry, because the panelists already know that you might not be that very prepared. So yeah, like the previous speaker also mentioned, that you can be nervous, and it is okay, and you may not have proper knowledge, like the overall knowledge about the topic, but that is also fine. Okay, so you just need to tell them that you are really interested to study MHA, and why do you want to pursue it. You just need to make them believe that, you need to convince them that you are that person who genuinely wants to study this course, this program. Okay, so just be confident about whatever you are saying, and whatever you are communicating with them, just be confident. And if you don't know, then simply tell them that you don't know, you haven't studied, but you will study, you will look into it. Okay, so this should be your approach. Then health related statistics. So health related statistics, you should be aware of what is the MMR, IMR, death rate, infant death rate. Yeah, these all things, these all rates you should be aware of about your state. Okay, so they might ask you, and it is not necessary that they will ask you these questions only. So as if I tell you about my interview, it was like they just simply wanted to ask about which state I am from, and um, what type of industry is there, and what are the infectious diseases, or what is the diseases that is caused by that industry, what are the probable diseases. So questions like these also could be asked. So you just need to be aware of what is happening in your state, in your city. That is all. And then be thorough with the healthcare system of your state in terms of number and rate. That I mentioned. Then visit the TISS website. Yes. If you want to, they will ask you, have you gone through the TISS website? Okay. And have you seen your courses? Have you seen your subjects? Do you know what subjects are going to be taught in this course, and how it will be helpful for you? So all these questions, these type of questions will be asked. So you can go to the website and see the courses, the subjects that is in the MHA course. So this is this you can do. And last one is the details mentioned in DAP. So all the previous speakers have repeatedly mentioned that you need to be thorough about your DAP, because I would say 60 to 70% questions will be from DAF only. Okay, because you will be writing a bio sketch about yourself, any activity that you have done related to the course. So they would want to know more about it. Okay, so they'll ask you continuously. If you have a gap year, they'll ask you why you have this gap year, what were you doing in that, and you need to be just truthful to them. Don't lie about things, because they are professors, they are very elderly people, they are very experienced people. They'll get to know if you are lying about it in any so don't lie about anything in the DAF itself. And don't make up things in the interview. Okay, whatever you feel, whatever you genuinely feel, you have to speak that way only. And if you want to put some views, then practice some general questions like why you want to take MHA. I would tell you some questions, probable questions, like they might ask you about tell me yourself, very general question. Why MHA? What is the scope of MHA? Like what you know about MHA. What is the scope that you feel it is there for in this course? Then how MHA is related to your graduation. Suppose you did a undergrads in any field, any discipline, like if you are a MBBS graduate, a BDS graduate, BMS graduate, they would want to ask you why you are changing your stream from a medical background to a non-medical background. Okay, so they would ask you questions like these. Also, they would also ask you questions related to your undergrad subjects also. Okay, so even if you are like a plain, how do I say that? Like I was a I am a zoology honors background student, BSc graduate. So they asked me about my undergrad subjects also, and my degree also. So they did not they did not grill me on that, but for some people, they were doing that. So just read all whatever you studied, and just go through whatever you studied in your undergrads. If you did any project, so you would and if it is relatable to this course, then you could mention about that. Then same BTech, BPharm, BSc, MSc, BCom, any field you are belonging to, they will ask a few questions about that too. So be thorough with your DAF, and be thorough with your undergrads thing, and just stay updated. Yeah, read newspapers daily. Follow ETL Health Word. You can get a lot of informations about the trending healthcare trends in the healthcare. So yeah, so just these, and no need to be uh, like afraid of the questions or what they are going to ask. Just be confident, be cool. They are very friendly. They'll ask you whether you are okay or not, want to take a glass of water or not. They'll simply get to know. So don't stammer a lot. Just say, if you're nervous, just say it. Sir, I'm very nervous or whatever. Then they are very friendly. So relax and yeah, stay updated with the current trends. That is all. I hope that helps. Okay. Yeah. Over to you, Regin. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Pooja. So we can go to the next person. I am requesting the other resource people to please shorten your presentation to 3 minutes so that we can take questions more, and please, so that we can maintain our time also. So now I am inviting Sona to talk about the hospital administration. Sona.
Okay, so am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So hi guys, myself Sona from batch of 2023-25. So moving to health administration, all the points have been actually covered by Pooja and Vasha. So I don't want to add so much, but I will give some basic knowledge that you must be aware of. Okay. So first, you should have a thorough knowledge on all the national health programs that have been initiated in India. So, be thorough in knowledge, in year and what are its mission, what are the future, their goal, how it is impacting the current health system. So, and history of that. So, be aware of these things like PMJY. They can ask this question either in extempore or in personal interview. So, be prepared for that. And also some health act like clinical establishment act, some public health act, then national health policy, then some project SWAS, telemana. So be aware of those things and be prepared for that. Then if they are asking any health program, try to add some pros and cons. Don't stick on to the merits of that program. Like add both merits and demerits and try to give some recommendation as a future administrators. So that will surely add up your credits. Then you can also expect some core public health related topics like tuberculosis, a challenge of healthcare sector. Then also some UG related questions you may expect if you have done your graduation BAMS, like Ayush doctors ka use, how modern medicine affect Ayush practitioners. So that type of questions you can also expect. And also professors may quote some proverbs, analogues, or some wordings from the history, and they will ask to relate it with the latest scenario of health. So also be prepared for that. Then some current topics that you can expect is the vaccination hesitancy and COVID-19, what all things we learned, relearned, that thing. Then urbanization and global health is an important topic. You can go through that. Yeah, that things. And also some common socially relevant topics also will be there. Like, for example, gender violence in Kerala, in spite of being a literary state. So that is a common question. So professors also want to know that how socially aware they are. So be stuck on newspaper, all the keep updating yourself regarding to the health. Okay, that things. Then you will get 1 minute to think about your topic. So take your time wisely and try to frame it into 3 parts: an introduction, an informative layer, and a conclusion part. So try to conclude it with the current scenario or the latest summary. So that will be more effective. And go through the syllabus and course title. Always layer your answer it with the those subjects like social determinants of health, what are the economic burden. So this thing will surely help you. That thing, yeah, that's only. Then moving to personal interview, you can expect some common questions like why TISS, why health administration, uh, that thing. So don't give some cliche answers like TISS is nice, professors are good, but rather like give some impressive answer, like explain your gap years in an like if you have any experiences, try to give some stories, then tell your answer so that professors will be impressive. And some our professors are more towards public health data. So if you have a thorough knowledge on the numerical data, try to add that. It will surely give a positive impact. Then they will ask surely like what are your goals and where you will be expecting in next 5 years. So you should have a thorough answer or a clear-cut answer for those questions. Yeah, that's it. And in PIMA, you can also expect some core public health questions like what is manager versus administrator, what is epidemic versus pandemic, then what is infant mortality rate versus maternal mortality rate. So be thorough in some rates and ratios of it, especially in your state. That will surely help you. Like my experience, since I am from Kerala, I got like one question like why Kerala is known as God's own country. So so they asked me to elaborate this answer linking to the current health scenario. So you can expect this type of questions also. And I will suggest you to focus on your thought process. Like professors, as previous speaker said, professors don't want to know that how much knowledge we have. They just will see how we are putting out, how we are presenting. So try to present it in a impressive way. Focus on your thought process. Then don't be panic, be confident, and don't be humble in your answers. Don't put that attitude, and if you know that answers, try to be humble and say confidently. Yeah, that things. And professors are cool and very nice. So all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Sona. So now I invite Samir to discuss about MPHSC. Samir?
Hello everyone. My name is Samir Anjum. I am from social epidemiology background and pursuing public health 23 to 25 batch. Pooja, Varsha and Sona is already covered most of the things, but I will add some things that for the general tips, like read about those things in detail, whatever you mention in DAF, like your experience, the internship you did with some organizations and projects you were involved. For example, if you worked on an awareness campaign or organ donation with the Rotary Club and other anywhere, the interviewer will ask to how much the requirement for organ donation is and how many are donated, which are the most commonly donated organ, which are the organization that work for the organ donation, are any celebrities associated with this cause. Do not fake it. Do not try to project yourself as someone you are not, because the interviewers will know it while talking to you. Understand? When writing about your strengths and weaknesses, if you don't want to say your flaws, it's okay. But don't write I have no weaknesses, because realistic when you are writing about yourself, short term and long term at your goals. I'm talking about the OPI. In your interviews, you may be asked about what kind of career what opportunities do you think will these courses up your what are the scope of your course. Understood? So I'm talking about the general questions like tell me something about yourself. Everything is मतलब जितने भी क्वेश्चंस आएंगे सभी आपके डाफ जो आप फिल करेंगे उससे बनेंगे, और आप अपने इंटरव्यू को आपके हाथों में कि आप किस तरह से टिल्ट कर सकते हैं, कैसे मोड़ सकते हैं. डाफ आपके इंटरव्यू को मैनेज करेगा. ऊपर से आप जो अपना इंट्रोडक्शन देंगे, क्वेश्चंस उससे ही निकल के आएंगे. तो आपका इंट्रोडक्शन हो गया, फर्स्ट थिंग आपका डाफ हो गया, उससे क्वेश्चन बनेंगे. सेकंड थिंग हो गया कि आपका इंट्रोडक्शन हो गया. थर्ड थिंग इज द इम्पोर्टेंट मेजर थिंग इज योर बैकग्राउंड, कि आपका ग्रेजुएशन किस चीज में है. ठीक है. और फोर्थ थिंग कि आप अपने ग्रेजुएशन से इस पब्लिक हेल्थ एमपीएच सोशल एपिडेमियोलॉजी को कैसे रिलेट कर रहे हैं, मतलब व्हाई यू आर शिफ्टिंग दिस टू दिस एंड दिस टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स प्रोफेसर्स आर आस्किंग, कि आप किस वजह से यहाँ शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं. और द फोर्थ थिंग इज दैट कि आप किस रीजन से बिलोंग करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल केरला, यूपी, बिहार एंड वट एवर इन प्लेसेस, जहाँ से आप बिलोंग करते हैं उसका फॉर एग्जाम्पल उसका जोग्राफिकल रीजन, वहाँ के हेल्थ इम्पैक्ट्स एपिडेमियोलॉजिकल व्यू से, मतलब कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल द आउटब्रेक ऑफ मीजल्स दिस टाइम, द हीट स्ट्रोक एंड कि मीजल्स का आउटब्रेक, और फिर अदर थिंग्स की, मतलब एपिडेमियोलॉजिकल व्यू से क्या क्या आपको देखा जाए, क्या क्या देखना चाहिए उस टाइप से. तो बहुत डीपली सोशल एपिडेमियोलॉजी के सब्जेक्ट्स को गो थ्रू नहीं करना, आपको वेबसाइट पे जाना है और एक ओपन करना है सोशल एपिडेमियोलॉजी के लिंक को टेस्ट के, और उसके बाद से जनरल ओवरव्यू लेना है जितने भी सब्जेक्ट्स हैं. जनरल 2 to 3 लाइंस का ओवरव्यू लीजिए सारे सब्जेक्ट्स का. इज दिस बेटर. तो जनरल क्वेश्चंस के बारे में बोल रहा था कि जनरल क्वेश्चंस जो मैं प्रीवियस ईयर पूछे गए हैं वो डायरेक्टली हमने स्क्रीन पे मतलब शेयर कर दिया, तो वो आप देख सकते हैं. एक्सटेम्पोर के सब टॉपिक्स हैं और जनरल क्वेश्चंस हैं कि टेल मी समथिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ. स्टार्ट करेंगे व्हाई टिस, व्हाई एमपीएचएससी, व्हाट आर द स्कोप ऑफ एमपीएचएससी, हाउ इज द एमपीएचएससी रिलेटेड टू फील्ड ऑफ graduation. If not any change, if field and this type of things, the asking, then IMR, MMR, sex ratio, COVID situation, and some social point of view, like the professors are asking कि like मतलब female के व्यू से, फीमेल लेंस लगा के अगर देखें, फीमेल व्यू से बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस जनरली हर इंटरव्यू में पूछे जाते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल कि मैरिटल रेप हो गए, फीमेल जेनोसाइड्स हो गए, या फिर और भी चीजें हो गई जो कि वुमेन सेफ्टी इन पब्लिक प्लेसेस हो गया, या इस टाइप की चीजें. ठीक है. तो और IMR हो गया, MMR, सेक्स रेशियो, कोविड सिचुएशन, उसके बाद से कोविड सिचुएशन के है prevalence of disease, state opinion on your state government managing COVID-19, different between policies, schemes, what is the Niti Aayog, epidemiology basis, indicates like IMR, MMR expectancies, IPHS guidelines, biostatics basis, WHO basic facts and WHO statistics in India, health related highlights, budget 2021, COVID-19 era, called novel, why is called novel coronavirus. तो दिस टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस इज आस्किंग. तो आपको जनरली ये भी करना है कि सम साइट्स को आज की सम साइट्स को आप विजिट करें. मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ एंड फैमिली वेलफेयर, थोड़ा सा ओवरव्यू लें इन सब वेबसाइट्स का जिसके मैं नाम ले रहा हूँ. और मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ वुमेन्स एंड चाइल्ड डेवलपमेंट, नेशनल हेल्थ मिशन, WHO, यूनिसेफ, वर्ल्ड बैंक, WTO, स्पेशली TRIPS, रेड क्रॉस हो गया, रॉकफेलर फाउंडेशन, बिल एंड मिलिंदा गेट्स फाउंडेशन, CRY क्राई आप कर सकते हैं. साइट्स ऑफ स्टैटिस्टिक्स लाइक NFHS हो गया, WHO के स्टैट्स हो गए. गूगल ऑफ द फॉलोइंग 3-tier structure of the health system studies, triple burden of the diseases, health indicators, MDG, SDG, best words, and like you are IDPS in a CHC district level for the IDPS programs, or the talking about the basic ground level public health system to top level public health system, like starting from the Anganwadi. So Anganwadi is the nutrition health program, ASHA worker, what is the role of ASHA worker, what is the difference between ASHA and USHA, and other, you are, for example, you are belonging to Jharkhand, then for example what is the name of the ASHA in your state. So you also know the ASHA and SAHIA is the same thing, but other states are different names. ASHA, USHA, and एंड ANM हो गया, AWW हो गया, और उसके फिर और चीजें हैं कि जैसे कि व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ANM GNM एंड what is the role of ANM GNM and other public health, what is the role of public health professionals, what is the role of epidemiologists. तो इस तरह की चीजें आपसे पूछी जा सकती हैं। और फिर expect extempore topics like the lockdown and its impact on tribal health, current health problems in India, COVID-19 हो गया, COVID-19 vaccination policy, air pollution and current challenges, and climate change हो गया, home based COVID care balances, PHC हो गया, starting from the health system like the basic you also know this thing ki difference between Ayushman Arogya Mandir. What is the rebranding of Ayushman Arogya Mandir PHC प्राइमरी हेल्थ केयर सेंटर का रीब्रांडिंग है आयुष्मान आरोग्य मंदिर, या क्या है, या दोनों में डिफरेंस क्या है? इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस भी आपसे पूछे जा सकते हैं। तो जो नई नई चीजें आ रही हैं, आयुष्मान रोल ऑफ द आयुष्मान आरोग्य मंदिर इन द हेल्थ सिस्टम, व्हाट इज द नीड ऑफ आयुष्मान आरोग्य मंदिर, और PHC हो गया, UHC हो गया, क्लाइमेट चेंज हो गया, पॉल्यूशन इफेक्ट्स ऑन हेल्थ, इवैल्यूएशन ऑफ पब्लिक हेल्थ, लाइफस्टाइल इम्पैक्ट, मेडिकल टूरिज्म हो गया, जिसके बारे में ऑलरेडी बात किया जा चुका है, पॉवर्टी ऑफ हेल्थ हो गया, चिल्ड्रन हो गया, प्राइवेटाइजेशन हो गया, और मेनली आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट SDG sustainable development goal ki what is the role of sustainable development goals in public health system. The goal number 3 and 3 or 5 maybe the support to the public health system, universal health coverage, global warming, and Ayushman Bharat PMJY. This type of questions is already हाँ, तो दिस टॉपिक करेंटली सजेस्टेड टॉपिक एंड क्वेश्चंस। तो ये जो है वो एसई के जितने भी सेकेंड ईयर स्टूडेंट हैं मोस्टली उन लोगों ने सजेस्ट किया है, और अकॉर्डिंग टू मी और ऑल्सो मी कि SDG में सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स एंड NHP स्टेट हेल्थ स्टैटिक्स, हेल्थ बजट, प्रॉब्लम ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट, पेटेंट लॉज, कन्वीनियंस इफेक्ट टू द ये और बाकी इसमें आप इसको स्क्रीनशॉट ले सकते हैं। और द हीट स्ट्रोक जो अभी मतलब इस टाइम पे क्या आपको चल रहा है, हीट स्ट्रोक हो गया, क्लाइमेट की वजह से कौन कौन से प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं, और फिर क्लाइमेट चेंज, हीट वेव हो गया, किस रीजन में कौन कौन से एपिडेमियोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे हैं, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल कि अभी एट द करंट सिनेरियो ऑफ द वन ऑफ द प्लेस बैट्स गर्मी की वजह से जितने भी बैट्स थे उनका डेथ हो गया, तो उनके डेथ के बाद तो आफ्टर डेथ व्हाट इज द सिचुएशन ऑफ द पैंडेमिक, एपिडेमिक एंड एंडेमिक, व्हाट इज दिस सिनेरियो। तो डिफरेंस इन सबका थोड़ा थोड़ा मालूम रहना चाहिए। और जनरली जो है वो तीन चार टिप्स हैं कि मतलब आपके बैकग्राउंड से रिलेटेड, आप जिस कोर्स में जाने वाले हैं उससे रिलेटेड, आपके डाफ से रिलेटेड, आपके स्टेट से रिलेटेड, और थोड़ा सोशली चीजें लाइक मतलब मैंने पहले भी बोला कि वुमेन्स साइड से, या फिर दलित हेल्थ एंड अदर, मतलब थोड़ा सोशल, और यही 4-5 चीजें हैं। और आई होप कि आप सभी को कैंपस ठीक है। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Samir. So I would like to tell all the aspirants to, if you have any query or something, you can write it in chat box. And also, now I will invite Alif to discuss about disaster management. Alif, okay.
Okay. Good evening, guys. I would like to thank Progressive Student Forum of Data and Social Science Mumbai for conducting such an insightful session to give an orientation to students, and congratulations to all of the students who got selected into the program. So myself Alif, I am currently pursuing my second year master's student in Data and Social Science Mumbai in School of Disaster Management. So I will be explaining about the courses that is in TISS. So we do have 3 courses. One is the 2-year Master of Arts Science in Disaster Management, and 2 newly introduced courses, which are self-financing 1-year courses, Master of Disaster Informatics and Geospatial Technologies, and Disaster Climate Risk Assessment for Sustainability. So interview will be happening for these 3 courses. So I will not be explaining that much about the filling of DAF, because a lot of other has been spoken about how to fill DAF and what is the importance of DAF. But I will be giving you an insight about DAF, particularly in filling of disaster management, as DAF does not have any direct weightage for your online assessment, but it do have a key role that is playing for your online assessment. One of the important thing about filling DAF related to disaster management courses, we do have a faculty having expertise in a lot of subjects and field. So according to disaster management course, we do have a faculty having more than 10. So what are subjects you are filling in your DF? The faculty is assigned up on that only. So basically, based on the last year trend, around 3 to 5 can be expected on the based on the last year trend. 3 to 5 faculties can be expected, and the faculties are assigned in such a way that whatever the subjects you are putting in your DAF. So before the starting of the interview, they will make you comfortable. They will ask you whichever language you are more comfortable with. If you are more comfortable with English, you can speak in English. If you are not comfortable with English, you can speak in Hindi as well. So before starting the interview, they will comfort yourself. They will make you comfortable. So after that, they will ask you to introduce yourself. So that is the very beginning of the interview. This is the only one. This is one of the part where you can script yourself. So this is one of the mistake that I have made. So last year, what happened is when they asked about an introduction of myself, I didn't have anything to speak for 2 minutes. So I just spoke just for 30 seconds, explained that myself this, I am from here. I have completed my graduation in this subject and from this university, that's all. So so I will be requesting to all of you to don't make this mistake and introduce yourself. You can script yourself by making more. You can explain about your vision. You can explain about how do you come to know about this, what is your vision after taking this course, what is your plan, what is your future, what is your hobbies. These things you can mention while introducing yourself. So after that, they will be going with the external topic. The external topic will be in such a way that it will be highly dependent upon your regional as well as your subject which you have filled in DAF. So if you are a guy who is coming from state like UP, Bihar, Bengal or Kerala, you should have knowledge about the regional context as well, about particularly in the case of disasters. So last year I will be explaining about some of the important questions that came into the this extempore is like the Kerala floods in 2018. What were the major reason for Kerala floods? Why do you think so? Like, what was it manually created? Was it naturally occurred? So what was the reason for the 2018 Kerala floods? As I do had a background in geography, so this question was based on that, and I am from Kerala, so the question was based on that. So one of my friend who had a scientific background, the question was mostly from the importance of technology in the modern era. And one of my friends, she was from Bengal. She got a question like the Bengal famine. And my friend, one of him was from Bihar, so he got question from conflict about rivers and its governance issues in India. So these kind of question you can expect. So based on the last year trend, I will be expecting some question related to the current scenario also. So if you are a person from UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, so you can expect question from the currently ongoing heat waves. Very recently, you might have been heard about the some of the election officers has been died during the election duty because of the intense heat wave that happened in these states. So question can be come from that, why heat wave is not uniform in case, why it is only affecting the informal workers. So question can be raised. So it is not necessary that you should have a knowledge about disasters, but it is mandate that you should have a knowledge about regional as well as international matters also. So it's currently ongoing, the wars are ongoing at international level also. The Israel-Palestine war, the Ukraine-Russia war, wars are going also. So you can expect question from international as well as regional level. So a regional as well as international knowledge should be there if you are going, if you are looking in an extempore topic. If you are a guy who is coming from the coastal state, you can expect questions like coastal erosion. If you are a guy who is coming from the Himalayan states or Kerala, you can expect question like the recent landslide that happened in the region, the Uttarkashi projects, and you have to answer in such a way that. So I will not be explaining about the second question. All these things are explained by other school itself about there is a backup journal. That all things you might have been an idea. So after this, they will be coming back to the online personal interview. So they will be asking about your academics. Academic basically, don't think that I'm an engineering guy, so there will not be any question related to engineering. If you are an engineer or if you are a person with bachelor's in arts, you have to expect all those questions, all the core question of your bachelor's. If you are an electrical engineer, you have to expect, because we do have the faculty who do have experience in all these engineering as well as bachelor subjects. So you are based on your DAF subject only, your faculty is assigned. So you should not think that as my background is engineer, this is a social science institute, so they will not be asking any question related to engineering, or so that kind of that will not work, because there will be question, because one of my friends told me that question was like in such a way that his bachelor's the core questions of his bachelor's were asked. So that kind of expertise. Suppose if your bachelor subject is not aligning with any of the expertise within our faculty, they will hire some other external from other courses or other institute. So that kind of importance they are giving for this online interview. And yeah, that's all for the disaster management. So my sincere suggestion is that extempore, you should have a strong knowledge of your regional context and your bachelor subject. You should have mentioned. And you, if possible, try to convey why you are really interested in the disaster management course, why you are passionate about this course. Try to convey that message, and do keep an idea about what is happening around the regional as well as international context, and make a strong knowledge about your bachelor subject, whichever subject they are. And all the best.
Thank you, Alif. Now I invite Rashmi to discuss about the School of Law, Rights and Constitutional Governance. Rashmi, over to you. Rashmi?
Yes, I'm here. So, hello everyone. A very good evening to one and all present here. My name is Rashmi Marwada and I'm a student of Masters in Law, LLM in Access to Justice. So, it's a 1-year course and my course is almost completed now. So, I would briefly like to talk about the course. That it's a very people-centric course. Like often we think we see law from the legal side, but access to justice is something which is out of the box and which is not like the conventional LLMs which is provided by NLUs and different types of different other universities. So it's a course where you talk about the rights of the marginalized community. So the full name of the course is Access to Justice for the Marginalized and Vulnerables. So you talk about the rights of the vulnerable communities in the society and how you can empower them using law. So it's a very interdisciplinary course and it is social legal in nature. It's not a hardcore legal course, nor it's hardcore social. So coming to how to go about the online assessment. So the online assessment would not be very tough. And the panel is very friendly, so you can be comfortable with them. You can be genuine, and in fact, you should just be honest about your answers and the kind of extempore topics which we get. It includes, you can see it in the screen. The topics include role of legal aid in access to justice, role of role of access, human rights commissions on access to justice, role of like access to justice for persons with disability, for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other vulnerable communities, and how prevention of corruption can be uh, a mode of access to justice. So these are these are just a few list of topics which is very relevant to the subject, which there's a high chance of getting it. You can also be asked about how independent of judiciary can contribute to the how independence of the judiciary can contribute to the access to justice. And also, other than this, the topics can be very easy. Like you can get topics like child rights. You can get topics like rights of persons with disability, or you might be asked to talk about different acts and your analysis of that act, like POXO, PWDVA, or Prevention of Manual Scavenging Act, and etc. So it is like the topics can vary from like person to person, but it revolves around the human rights law and the concept of access to justice, and the subjects related to that. So some tips which I would like to give you for interview is be aware about the current legal developments which is happening, because you might be asked about something which is currently prevalent, like say you might be asked about your opinions on same-sex marriage, or on the judgment which has come last year. You might be asked about that. You might be asked about maybe say how the election commission cases which has been going on. So how do you think that it can impact the access to justice? And you might be asked similar questions related to these current scenarios which is going on here, current legal developments which is happening. So be aware about all these. You can go through the recent judgments in live law, barren bench. Obviously, like many of you as like those who are law students, they usually use live law and barren bench as their daily news reading tools, and also it helps you to understand the developments which is going on. So this will be actually very helpful for you to prepare for your online assessment. And also there might be chances that faculties might ask something which includes their expertise, like if sometimes it happens, like mostly it happens, our dean Arvind Tiwari sir is in the panel, so his expertise is criminology and police administrations, and also he might ask something from that, like he might ask you something like, say, what is your opinion about custodial deaths? Like, do you know any cases related to that? We might have someone, there is a faculty who is an expert in surrogacy laws, or laws related to women. So she might ask about your opinions about, say, Justice Verma Committee report on crimes against women. And she might ask something related to recent developments and how it can impact the access to justice for women or children. And like that, it might go on. They might ask you based on their own expertise. And also, usually the interviews are very opinion based. So you might be asked about, like, you will be asked about how your opinions about different scenarios that is happening now. And also brush up your basic concepts related to some landmark judgments, like I will tell about what happened with me. So I was asked about custodial death, and I was asked to talk about one of the landmark judgment that happened. Thankfully, I remembered it because we read it in our constitutional law of Leelamati Behera case. So like that, I would recommend every one of you to go through the landmark judgments of different things which is related to access to justice. And also be sure of what you are writing in DAF, because See, access to justice is a course which is related to human rights and which is related to empowerment of marginalized communities through law. So, if you write, say that you are good in corporate law, it doesn't involve any aspects of something like corporate law, contract drafting, or something related to IPR. So if you write those things in DAF, then like it might not give much weightage, it might not be much attractive for the panel, because what they are looking for is how well you can contribute to the society using the tool of law. You have the legal education, how do you want to use it to contribute to the society? So if you have any projects, if you have initiated any projects related to human rights, or say working for any of the marginalized community, or if you have interned in, say, district legal service authority or NALSA, like the National Legal Service Authority, you can mention about that. You can mention about some voluntary activities which you might have taken in your law colleges. Like usually many law colleges have a legal aid centers and everything, so they can you can talk about that as well. How did you help in it? How did you, if you have developed legal literacy modules, or if you have contributed through legal awareness camps, you can talk about that. So these are some basic tips which I would like to share. And yes, other than this, I would just want to tell you, don't be nervous, just be confident, because the panel is very friendly, and there is no language barrier as well. So if you are, say, comfortable talking in Hindi, then the panelists will be absolutely okay with that. So no issues with it. Absolutely. So just want to wish you all the best. And before I conclude, I just want to give, like, I just want to say one important thing to all of you, that please go through the course which is there, like course outline, course syllabus, which is there in the website. So you will find it, because usually what happens, what mistake persons do is, they don't go through the components of the course. Like, they don't go through what is available, what is being taught under this course. So what they do, they think that, okay, access to justice, so they think that, okay, it is related to criminal law or maybe constitutional law, but it is not. It is a mix of, yes, there are aspects of criminal law, there are aspects of constitutional law. It's a very cross-disciplinary and multidisciplinary subject, you can say. You will have a lot of subjects, you will have a lot of things related to social science. You will be studying things related to social work as well, how you can contribute to the community and all that. So it is a very diverse subject, it's a very cross-disciplinary subject. So before deciding to choose it, please go through the course outline. And if you need anything, if you need any help regarding the any guidance regarding course, or any help with the admission or anything, you can reach out to me anytime. So here I am, Rashmi Marwada, and wishing every one of you all the very best, and please do great in your online assessment. And also congratulations for being shortlisted. So all the best once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rashmi. Now I will invite Lagan to discuss about the School of Media and Cultural Studies. Lagan, over to you.
एक सांस में जो बोला मैंने.
Rashmi,
Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope I'm audible. I'm outside, so I won't be able to.
Yes, you are audible.
But first of all, congratulations, everyone, for making it to the OSL. The job is almost like more than half done, because right now only 25% of the grade is at the total score. Briefly about myself, I am Lagan. I just completed the first year of MA in Indian Cultural Studies at TISS, and I'm also the General Secretary of PSF. About the school, to broadly tell you, it is a very small, cute school with only one course it offers, which is this one, Media and Science. It is again a very small batch of around 28-50 people. who generally take admission in this interview. So, about the interview process, most of the things have already been told. Am I not audible?
Again, not audible properly. Again, you are not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are sort of audible now.
Is that better now?
Yeah, better.
Sorry, sir. So what I was saying, it is a small school only with about 30 people. And basically the format of interview has been told by the previous, everyone who has come and spoken about their school. The format is similar. You initially will be asked for the extempore and it will go on for like 2 or 3 minutes. And some of the topics for extempore are which have been asked and some which I think have a possibility of being asked depending on the sort of the research interest of some of the faculties who take the interview. So I've sort of mentioned that also. So personally what I was asked last year was about masculinity in Indian cinema. And again, you get like 30-40 seconds to sort of jot down your points, think about it. So you can keep a pen and paper with you while you're sitting for the interview and note down some main points. And then you can talk about it. Again, you get one more choice if you are not comfortable with the first option you are giving. So you can do it that way. So some of these are what have been asked previously, but something like a topic like friendship is not something which has been asked before, but it is something which is a research interest of some of the faculty here, or the access to public sphere is also something which many faculties at SMCS, the school, write about or have done some work in. So those are also some things which you can focus on and think about. So here what I would suggest is while you are preparing for the interview and going through the course outline as many have told, it would be good if you have time and take out some time to go through the profiles of some of the faculties, and it is all everything of this you will find on the TISS website. So if you go through it, you will get a larger idea of what these faculty members are who are going to take your interview and how you can sort of pitch yourself. But at the end of the day, like be true to yourself in the sense that don't go out of the way to sort of say things which you don't actually sort of believe in or you won't be able to sort of back. So even when some questions in the personal interview after the extempore which happens, even in that section, when that in sort of, it is more like an opinion sharing session. So you won't really be judged or marked upon what sort of, let's say, the politics of you is or whatever, but about how much you can back your argument or whatever you are saying, how much material or honesty is there to it. So that is something you should keep in mind. And again, one thing which the panelists are more interested in the personal interview is to see like what you have learned from whatever experiences you have had in educational institutes or in while working somewhere, while attending some workshop or something. So they are more interested in that. So, so just think about that also, like in your undergrad or in your school or wherever, or when you were working somewhere, what were the things which you learned? And that is something which you will be asked. And again, some basic questions which again have been mentioned prior to me is also, okay, why are you interested in this one particular course? So, so that is also something you think about, and this already you are writing in the DAF also, but something you can sort of go through once again. And some other generic things would be to again be keeping up to date with whatever the sort of ongoing happenings are, because that also is something which you might be asked. especially in the recent past where some very major developments have happened within India, within the cultural sphere, within the larger political, socio-political sphere. So those are some things which might be asked of you. So at least be aware of things even if you don't know exactly everything, but to be aware is also very important. So yeah, broadly that is from my side. And one last thing would be, while writing that, you can sort of curate it in such a way that you can nudge the panelists to question you in a certain direction. It is not completely on you how they'll question, the line of questioning they'll have, but you can still sort of plan it in such a way. How much it succeeds or not, that you can't sort of trust in, but an attempt can be made in that. But just be honest and be sure of what you're writing and what you're saying. That much will be. Because,
Okay. Thank you, Lagan. So now we have covered all the courses. Now the stage can be open for the questions. So now the aspirants can ask questions, and also if you feel like you can also ask in any language. Language is also not at all a problem. There will be someone who can be translated or something. And also, if you don't feel like to ask, you can type in the chat box also. So I request aspirants to raise their hands. Any doubts or something? हाँ Bharat. Bharat, are you talking? ओके, इन चैट बॉक्स टैब फिलअप करने का डेट बताने का कोई चांसेस है सर? Like please to fill up before 18th only. Don't wait for the changing of date. I see. Show MPH slide for September. Sneha, you want to ask? Go on.
Hello. So my question is, everyone is talking about Kerala, Maharashtra, Bihar, MP. So what kind of question I'll expect if I'm from Odisha? Because there's nothing going on other than politics. Because our team is changed, and things like that only that is happening here, and nothing other thing in major. So what kind of question we expect?
Generally speaking, maybe the people who have shared their experience from those places only. That is why they asked Kerala or Madhya Pradesh or something. If you want to ask any specific course or something, we can invite. Otherwise, this is the general thing. You might be asked about your region only. Don't worry about that.
May I ask more question?
Of course, no.
So like I'm from biology background and I'm applying for media and cultural studies. So what should I exactly prepare for my extempore? Like the
what I'm saying is what they're looking for is one they might ask why you are changing sort of from one sort of academic background to a sort of पूरा ही different तरीके से media में आने का what is the sort of interest behind that, so you can be prepared for that sort of a question. But generally उसके अलावा the things will be asked are about maybe what you learned while you were studying biology or when you are doing this internship that you are saying, तो उसमें what you learned. तो ऐसा करके सवाल आएंगे. And for extemporary also I would say you can't really prepare. You can just be aware, and so it is a reference के लिए list. It is not a as in a very exhaustive list कि इसी में से सवाल आएगा. But these are some things which have happened in the past and some which are probable. तो उस perspective से this is.
Hello, Lagan.
Hello.
May I ask more questions, please?
Yes.
Okay, so मुझे कुछ लोगों ने ऐसा सजेस्ट किया था कि डैफ में कुछ भी नेगेटिव चीजें नहीं दिखनी है. So I'm not actually interested in what I have studied in UG. So is it like compulsory for me to just जाके पूरा thoroughly फिर से अपना UG का पढ़ना, because I'm not that much good in that. Like पढ़ के बस वो सब. तो is it like मुझे ये चीजें डैफ में मेंशन करनी है या फिर like I have to go and study my UG again? Like yeah.
No. अगर मतलब when I'm saying कि they might ask कि biology में what you learned, it is not कि specifically क्या पढ़ाया गया हो, just general experiences, what you learned out of it. So that sort of a thing is what I was referring to. So as a specific, you don't have to go through कि मेरे course में क्या था. That is not what is expected. So that is one thing. उसके अलावा what was the other thing? Sorry.
So a lot of people like उन्होंने बोला कि DAF, yes.
So DAF में भी it is on you कि अगर आपको mention करना है कि आपका undergraduation किसमें था क्या था, that is upon you. वैसे भी जो DAF का first part है उसमें anyways you are mentioning what you did and how you did, so they will be curious. ये बहुत ही natural सा वो है कि doubt a question which will come to the panelist mind कि आप field क्यों change करते हो, now what is your interest in that, so just be prepared for that sort of question. अगर DAP में जो explaining मतलब जो sort of longer answers है उसमें अगर आपको इसके बारे में लिखना है और कुछ लिखना है तो वो that is your choice. ऐसा कोई hard and fast rule नहीं है कि कोई negative चीज नहीं लिख सकते. और मतलब I don't think मतलब field change करना is nothing negative about it. It is very natural. तो हाँ, that should not be.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
So Bharat, you were raising. Okay.
भाई मेरे को ये पूछना था, जब मेरा इंटरव्यू होगा तो जो मैं इंग्लिश में बोलूंगा कुछ वर्ड्स मेरे को इंग्लिश में नहीं याद आए तो क्या मैं वो हिंदी में बोल सकता हूँ?
हेलो. हाँ बिल्कुल बोल सकते हैं, व्हाई नॉट, बोल सकते हैं.
नहीं, मेरे को यही मतलब मैंने एक दो इंटरव्यूज और दिए थे, लॉस ऑफ द इंग्लिश बैरियर, आई कुड नॉट क्लियर द इंटरव्यू. तो आई थिंक
इसमें ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. एक्चुअली मैंने अपना जो इंटरव्यू है बाइलिंगुअल लैंग्वेज में दिया था और मैं एमपीएच कर रहा हूँ यहाँ से, तो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है कि मतलब यहाँ लैंग्वेज बैरियर की वजह से किसी को जज किया जाएगा. मतलब इट्स कंफर्टेबल बाइलिंगुअल लैंग्वेज और जैसे भी आप देना चाहें, बस अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना चाहिए टीचर को.
और भाई मेरा 2 कोर्स के लिए आया है, एक डीएम के लिए आया और एक सोशल वर्क के लिए आया, तो मेरे 2 इंटरव्यू होंगे, 2 जीडीपीआई होंगे ना?
जी बिल्कुल 2 होंगे.
अच्छा, ओके, थैंक यू.
दोनों के अलग अलग पॉइंट से क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाएंगे तो उसके हिसाब से प्रिपेयर करिए.
अच्छा, तो फिर 2 डैप भी फिल करने होंगे?
2 डैप फिल करने होंगे, बट दोनों डैप में सेम थिंग भी डाल सकते हैं और अलग थिंग भी डाल सकते हैं.
अच्छा, और जो मेरी प्रेफरेंस होगी उस हिसाब से मिलेगा कि जैसे मेरा को कोर्स ज़्यादा पसंद आ रहा है अब एज कम्पेयर टू जब मैंने प्रेफरेंस भरा था. डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट वाला, सोशल वर्क वाला मेरे बहुत प्रेफरेंस में है और डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट सेकंड में है.
अकॉर्डिंग टू योर प्रेफरेंस अगर आप उसमें अच्छा कर जाएंगे तो मोस्ट ऑफ द चांस है कि फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस मिलेगा. अगर सेकंड में भी दोनों में होने का चांसेस है तब भी आपको फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस ही दिया जाएगा.
अच्छा, और चेंज नहीं कर सकते प्रेफरेंसेस ना?
नहीं, अभी नहीं.
ओके ओके, थैंक यू.
हेलो, एक्चुअली मैंने ग्रेजुएशन और मास्टर्स के बाद मतलब 1.5-2 साल का मेरा गैप है यूपीएससी के कारण से, तो वो हम डैफ में या फिर इंटरव्यू में उस पर कोई जस्टिफिकेशन या कुछ इस टाइप के सवाल हो सकते हैं, या डैफ में को लेकर उसको कुछ लिखना होगा या जस्टिफिकेशन इस टाइप का कुछ हो सकता है?
So basically in DAF, there is a section that asking is there any gap year or something. So you have to mention it there, and also while you are attending interview, the panel might be asking what was the reason or what you were doing at that time. So you can mention it there also. I hope it's clear.
तो मतलब ऐसा ही बताने में कि मतलब वो प्रिपरेशन टाइम था, तो ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लमेटिक तो चीज नहीं है ना?
ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लमेटिक थिंग नहीं है. मतलब अगर आप मेंशन करते हैं ड्राफ्ट में तब वो पूछेंगे, और इन केस अगर आपका गैप ईयर उनको दिखता है जब वो पूछेंगे. लेकिन बहुत सारे यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट्स हैं जो यहाँ ऑलरेडी पढ़ रहे हैं और मेडिको भी है जो भी वो भी पढ़ रहे हैं, तो उनके भी गैप ईयर्स हैं. तो डोंट वरी, बस अगर पूछते हैं तो क्लियर जस्टिफिकेशन होना चाहिए कि हाँ क्या रीजन रहा था.
ऑल राइट, थैंक यू सो मच.
Anyone else want to ask question?
हेलो सर, आप लोगों ने जैसे बताया कि ये वेटेज का कि 75% वेटेज जो सीवीटी पीजी स्कोर कार्ड का रहेगा और 25% जो ओआई ऑनलाइन एसएस ओए होगा उसका होगा. तो मेरा मार्क्स 123 है और मेरा विमेंस स्टडीज और एमएसडब्ल्यू पीएच में शॉर्ट लिस्ट हुआ है. तो वो कट ऑफ 120 था और मेरे मार्क्स 123 है. तो ऐसे क्या जो फाइनल लिस्ट बनेगी उसमें तो काफी डिफरेंसेस आ जाएंगे, क्योंकि 200 मार्क्स वाले भी होंगे, और तो इससे क्या ज्यादा फर्क पड़ेगा जो इसके बाद जो रिजल्ट आएगी फाइनल रिजल्ट उसमें?
So you're basically asking what is your chances for getting selected in this, no?
Yes, sir.
So one thing we can't say, we can't predict that. One thing we can do, we need to do the online assessment session properly, and then let's see.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else want to ask questions? Development studies, health school, law school, and also media and culture studies. These schools are here. Disaster management is here. So if you want to ask anything, those people are here. Otherwise, we can.
I have one more question. Are there placements in women's studies?
Abhina, can you answer that?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, basically speaking, women's studies is a research-oriented subject, oriented course. So we do have placements, and also there are people who pursue research after this. There are our seniors who are getting placed in different organizations related to women's and all. So we do have placement, but I'm just quoting that it's basically more oriented towards research. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, in chat box, I got shortlisted for MHA, MPH, and MSW. MS. So basically, I am not from any medical background. I am from commerce background. My major concerns are the students apart from medical background in MHA or MPH. If you know someone like this, or what will be your suggestion? So anyone from health school can answer this.
ये जो पूछ रहे हैं तो अकॉर्डिंग टू द मतलब कि नॉन मेडिकल बैकग्राउंड, जो भी नॉन मेडिकल बैकग्राउंड्स के स्टूडेंट्स आए थे इन कॉमर्स एंड अदर, तो हेल्थ पॉलिसी इकोनॉमिक एंड फाइनेंस रिलेटेड, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस रिलेटेड, और इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस बन सकते हैं आपके लिए, ठीक ना। और कोई मैटर नहीं करता कि आप किस बैकग्राउंड से हैं, कि मेडिकल बैकग्राउंड से हैं या नहीं है, वो मैटर नहीं करता, कि सिर्फ आपके बैकग्राउंड से रिलेटेड ही मोस्टली क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे। अगर आप नॉन मेडिकल बैकग्राउंड से, फॉर एग्जांपल कॉमर्स से, तो आपको मेडिकल टर्मिनोलॉजी की चीजें नहीं पूछी जाती हैं, ज्यादातर इंटरव्यूज में ऐसा देखा गया। तो is this fine?
Adding on to what Sameer said, अंडरग्रेड से रिलेटेड भी आपको क्वेश्चन आ सकते हैं, बट डोंट एक्सपेक्ट कि बहुत ज्यादा अंडरग्रेड से रिलेटेड आपको क्वेश्चन आएगा। उनको बस दे आर इंटरेस्टेड इन नोइंग दैट व्हाई यू वांट टू परस्यू दैट कोर्स एंड इफ यू आर जेन्युइनली इंटरेस्टेड इन इट और नॉट, ठीक है। तो आपको ओए में यू जस्ट नीड टू अश्योर देम, यू जस्ट नीड टू कन्विंस देम कि आपके आंसर्स में इतना कॉन्फिडेंस उनको दिखना चाहिए दैट यू आर so much willing to get into that course. Okay, it doesn't matter you're from which course, whichever course you are. वो बस देखिए कि आप कितने capable हो या फिर आपको कितना confidence है to get into that course and pursue that course. Okay, so it is not at all a problem whichever course you belong to. So don't worry about that. Just be confident and just speak frankly and prepare कर लेना, ठीक है, कि why you want to pursue that course and how did you think of getting into that course, like why did you change your mind for switching from your stream to this stream, ठीक है। बस तो इतना ज्यादा कुछ ऐसा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, बस आंसर उनको अच्छे से दे देना, they will be satisfied with that only. I hope that answers to your question.
Okay, thank you. So as I mentioned in the introduction, we can focus this on online or assessment itself. So is there anything that aspirants want to ask to this resource person regarding OA? Okay, I'm not seeing anyone raising hands. So I think we can end this session. It is went too long also. I'm inviting Fatima Nasruddin, who is also the executive body member of Progressive Students Forum, to give a vote of thanks. Fatima?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, first of all, I congratulate all the aspirants who are selected for OA. So my duty here is to convey the vote of thanks. So first I am saying thanks to PSF, which is a students-led organization in TISS, for organizing this session.